I'm nitpicking here, but I suppose I'm thinking of France next week and a World Cup on the horizon. In November, by the team's own admission, they didn't quite click in attack. And I'm thinking today, the tries, Doris and Ryan, very forward-oriented. There was a low intercept. We're calling that maybe more of a fatigue try, but there was some nice play in there. But in terms, you mentioned the depth, in terms of Ireland clicking and silky smooth from New Zealand, did we quite see that? Am I asking for too much away in Wales?
No, I don't think we saw it. I thought we saw the positioning in the first half, and we were missing Furlong, and you could see because Furlong acting as that link, he's the option to carry, but the option to link as well, as very often the first forward, first receiver. Beelan got into it a little bit. Porter was the main man who took over that role, and he carried a bit more. So we didn't see it, and then we didn't get our timing just right. Now there's a lot going on in order to get, to make sure those things fit. And by the end of the game, I thought we saw with Ross Byrne come on, we saw maybe a little bit more fatigue from Wales, but a little bit more ability to get that ball around the corner. But it wasn't, it wasn't a perfect display. They did lots of things really well, but it wasn't the New Zealand performance that we saw in the summer.
Well, it's not a New Zealand side they're up against either. But I think you're a bit harsh. And while we're seeing, very close hand-to-hand combat tries there, I thought the build-up to get to that position was pretty impressive for the first two tries. So at the 25-minute mark, and the intercept try was the end of the game in many ways. But I think there were pluses there for Ireland. I think the thing that I was really disappointed with was during the sin bin in the second half, when we had a scrum 15 metres in from the touchline. They've got 8 guys in the scrum and they're back down and we butcher it. You can't do that against France. You can't do that in a World Cup quarter-final and semi-final. You've got to take those opportunities. And when Ireland, they're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, and they're going to have to put in a better 80-minute performance next week to do France.
They're going to need to be better in terms of their attacking rugby too. We didn't see the champagne rugby today because the pack were so dominant. You don't need the backs if your pack is just beating up the opposition. Next week, it's unlikely that the Irish pack is going to beat up the French pack to the extent that happened today.